welcome to Sarah's Stamping Retreat. Today we're going to be creating 3 shaker cards using this kit from the latest Papercraft Essentials magazine. So I'm just going to quickly show you the kit. You get these papers and they're actually a really nice kind of heavyweight paper. So you get this one with the blue dots, you get this red spotty one, stripy one, checks, this one and this one. And actually today I'm going to be showing you how to turn what is essentially a Christmas kit into birthday cards. So these all have bits in, but they've kind of all fallen out because they're so well die cut. You've kind of got the squares, so they've got the shaker elements. I should show you those first so that those can go behind them. So there's 3 square ones and 3 circle ones, and you get the sequins, nice really shiny silver sequins, and some silver glitter to go with it as well. And then obviously these circle pieces fit behind circle ones as well. And these you could use to decorate around the outside, or you could actually use those as shaker elements as well. So we've got these kind of backgrounds and the bears. You can see these are all pieces that have fallen out, so background pieces. And then we've got this one with the like snow globe pieces on. I've got this piece, and obviously with these, if you take that out, then you can pop that in and that can go onto your card. So then that can be an element on your card. And then let's find one of these. So you could put like a house behind it or something. Let's find one of the circle background elements a second. And that's just a red one, but so it kind of goes like that, so you can kind of see how it gets made up. These are the snow globe ones, and these shaker pieces can fit into there as well to make a shaker. You've got all these pieces, and like every little bit is used up to create all those elements. Some nice bits to go behind the square ones. And then these ones are obviously pieces you could pop this out and pop the middle out and use that as a card front for one of the square ones. And then we've got 2 of these. These are these gorgeous kind of cutesy ones. So you've got bigger bears, so they could maybe go in the square ones, while the smaller ones could go in the circle ones. And you've got some cute characters and trees. And there's just a couple of those that have fallen out the other ones. So it's a really lovely kit. You can see you can make a ton of Christmas cards from it, but I'm going to focus on making some non-Christmas shaker cards with it today. So then for my first card, I want to make a circle easel card. So I've cut quite a lot of circles. I've cut 2 5-inch circles from Nina Solar White 110 pound cardstock. Then I've cut 2 from Silver Mirri card from Hunkydory. Then I've cut these 4 3/4 inch circles from paper from the included kit, and these 4 3/4 inch circles I've cut from Nina Solar White cardstock again. I might actually not use one of these. I've just cut 2 just in case I need the second one. The first thing that I'm going to do is just pop this 5-inch circle in here, line it up here at 2.5 inches, and then I'm just going to score it in half. And then I can fold that in half. So I'm going to take this 5-inch white circle and I'm going to score it just 1/2 inch along the top. And then I'm also going to score it at 2.5 inches. I'm just making sure that this line here is level on this 2-inch line, so that I can make sure that I'm scoring parallel to that. So then I'm going to fold this one this way and this one this way. So then the silver pieces are going to be the piece that stands up like this and the piece on the bottom. So I'm bringing in my big caterpillar cutter for this because I want to cut through these 3 pieces of paper together, because I want to line them up so that they're cutting in the same place. So I'm going to line them all up and I'm going to cut. They're lined up at 3.5 inches. I'm going to cut that down there. And the reason I'm cutting them all together is so that they fit back together into a circle. So then I want a bit of a gap for the silver to show through. So I'm just going to slide that along, and then I'm going to cut again about 1/8 of an inch along there. So then I don't need to cut this one anymore because I'm going to use the blue, is going to be this one. So then I want pieces of red to make up the other sections. And I want more of the spotty red than I do of this red. So I'm going to just take a section of that. So that section is going to be in that red. And then I'm going to again slide it along so that I cut about 1/8 of an inch off there. And then I'll have this red for the rest. So then they'll all line up like that, and because we've cut them together then they line up nicely. And then I want some more of this for the bottom panel. So I'm going to line that up at 1.5 inches and cut that across. And then I'm going to take this piece and then I'm going to line that one up at a bit more than 1.5 inches, so probably about 1 5/8 inches. And then we'll cut that one across. So this is the piece for the bottom of the card, and this is the piece for the top of the card. So for this piece, I'm going to glue on the white bit. And then I'm going to put foam tape behind this piece because this is going to be the stopper for our card. And this bit here will be where you'll write your message. And then I'm going to glue these pieces down onto the other silver. And then I want to create my shaker topper. So I've got this circle that's just over 2 3/4 inches. I've created it out of Bermuda Bay Stampin' Up cardstock. Then I've cut this piece and I've used the same die to cut it from here. So this was like this, so you could use this on your cards like this, but I've just cut this bit from the middle because I wanted kind of like the silver border. So I've cut that to go on top. And I want to heat emboss a sentiment in there. So I'm going to use this happy birthday sentiment from the birthday greeting stamp set from Altenew. So I'm just going to heat emboss that onto here. And I'm going to use the Altenew antique silver embossing powder just to heat emboss it. So then I can heat this up. And then I'm just going to add some tear and tape to the back of this. So this is one of the shakers that come in the pack. And I'm just kind of bending the tape around the circle. If anyone knows of a better kind of glue or adhesive for doing this kind of thing, please let me know in the comments. Now I'm actually going to take this bit off because I was going to do it a different way. That's why I just put a little bit on, but I think this is going to work better than how I was going to do it before. I was going to just put little pieces on and then add some glue, but I think the glue is just going to end up being too messy. So I'm just going to stick with the tape. And then I'm going to put a bit more tape around here, and this time I am just going to use little bits because actually it's just to stick this on. It's not like the bottom will need to stop all the shaker elements from escaping, but this bit is just to hold the top on, so it doesn't need to be stuck all the way around. So I'm going to take these bits off the top. I've actually split this going on just here, so the hole obviously wasn't quite big enough for the circle, but I was planning to put a bow at the top anyway, so I'm just going to use the bow to cover it. I think probably I haven't butt it quite far enough up to the edge here either, but I'm just going to make sure that bit goes at the top and then I'm going to cover it with the bow. So then I'm just going to wipe this with my embossing buddy just to help it become anti-static. And then I'm going to just pop that in there and pop some of that in too. So those are the glitter and the sequins that come in the set. And then I'm going to take my tape off the back of here. I'm going to try and make sure there's no overhang of tape, so I'm going to push down anything that's overhanging the edges, and then I'm going to pop that down on there and just seal it round so that the glitter and stuff can't escape. I've got a little leak just here where there's obviously got a bit of glitter on the tape, so I'm just going to go over that with a bit of glue. So then this piece that we folded earlier, I'm going to glue along here just up to that first score line, and then I'm going to add that to this bottom piece of the card. And then this piece, I'm just going to pop some glue onto this bit underneath the score line here, because we only want to stick it underneath the score line. And then I'm just going to pop that on there. So that stands up like that. Let's just make sure there's no leaks in this now. So then I'm going to just glue this to the front of my card. So then I've just got some of this red stripy ribbon. It's an old Stampin' Up ribbon. I'm going to put that just at the top there. So I'm just going to use a glue dot, and I'm just going to pop that down on there. So then we've got this cute circle easel card. That's that one finished. So then for this next one, I thought I'd use the shaker elements, and I'm just going to create a card using these pieces. So the first thing I'm going to do is use my Salvaged Patina Distress Oxide ink just to create a kind of bit of a sky look to the card, and I only need it to go about halfway down. So then I'm going to just make up the shaker part of my card. I'm going to add some of this tape around here. So then I've stuck that onto there. I'm just going to glue my bears onto this piece. Those are both popped, well, these are all popped out of the kit. So then let's add some sequins, and a bit of glitter to that as well. And actually, I think on this one I might just put this into here and put the bears on top. I'm pressing it round to create a seal. So then I've got a piece of white cardstock 5 inches wide. I'm just going to pop this under here, and then I'm going to line it up on the card, and then I'm just kind of going to continue from where this snow is under the polar bears across the side, so that I know where I want to cut my snow banks. So I'm going to glue that across the bottom of my card. So then I'm going to just pop these trees on the background. And then I'm going to glue this on. And I'm going to trim the excess off here. Now I'm just going to use some foam tape to add on that Winter Wishes sentiment. And that's that card completed. So for my final card, I want to make a kind of present card. So I want to make the shaker into a present. I'm just going to add some tape across the centre of this square. And I'm actually using the grid here just to make sure that I'm getting it straight. And then I'm going to put some of this silver ribbon that it's just one I've had in my stash for a while, across here. You can buy silver metallic ribbon from lots of places. And then I'm just going to cut the ends off. And then I'm going to do the same across the other way. And then I've cut this frame for this. So cut the square in the middle with a die, which is about 3.5 inches, and the outside piece is I just cut down with my trimmer to 4 inches. So then I'm just going to add that to the outside of my present. And this one's a bit easier for the tape because obviously it's square. So I've put tape on both sides, and I'm just going to peel the top bit off. And I'm going to pop my frame over there. Then I'm just going to add some glitter and some sequins. And I'm actually just going to use my powder tool just to go inside that, because the other one's the glitter stuck a bit too, so maybe that will help a little bit. And then I'm just going to stick it over this red piece here. So then I'm going to glue this red tartan piece. I've cut that to 5 inches square to go on my card blank, and I'm just going to glue that onto my card blank. So I'm going to glue that to the front of my card. And I've got this bit here which isn't quite as straight, where the frame wasn't quite big enough to go round, so I've had to kind of stretch it a little bit. And I've put that at the top because we're going to cover that a little bit. So I'm going to create a bow out of this ribbon. So then I want to create a little bit of a tag as well. So I've got this Poppy Parade Stampin' Up cardstock, and I'm going to heat emboss this same Happy Birthday sentiment in silver embossing powder onto here. So I want a bit of a pointy end, so I'm just going to cut down like that, and then just going to cut up to the point. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of foam tape on the back of here. And then pop that on there. And there's that card finished. So then there are my 3 completed cards. I really hope that you enjoyed creating them with me today. If you did, I'd appreciate you clicking like below, and you can also press subscribe if you'd like to see future videos. If you press the bell button and select all, then YouTube will also notify you when I've got a new video available. All of the products that I've used for today's cards are listed in the description below, and there's also a link to my blog where you can find a picture supply list if that makes it easier to find what you're looking for. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you again soon.